Welcome. Oh my gosh, what a week. What a week. Welcome back. So, this is my weekly video this week, and I do not know where the week has gone. I feel like it was Monday and I blinked and all of a sudden I've lost a whole week. Being a parent, I'm sure for parents out there, you can relate to this. I'm a single parent. I work full time. In between that, I've had an event for my son. I've had the next night, I had an event for my daughter. It's just been go, go, go. I've been doing study. Then in between that, there's shopping. Then there's cooking dinner or arranging dinner, doing the washing. When's that fit in? Trying to find time for myself. So let me know if you relate to that, because I just every week is faster and faster, and I never know where the week is going now. So look, I welcome you here. This week I do want to talk about, I've just unpacked my week. Like, what's your week been like? Have you been doing the same thing? Has your week been crazy busy, chasing after kids, doing school events, school pick up and drop off, and of course now they're on school holidays? Have you been running around trying to organise play dates and plan out the 2 weeks so you don't go completely crazy? Have you been busy doing the washing? Are you a stay-at-home parent, or are you someone that works and has to fit all this in around that as well? If you're a coupled parent, maybe you work as a team and you can fight this off. One does one and one does the other. So look, I bet when you think about your working week, you can probably picture some of these things you've been doing. You can picture how stressed you may have been on Tuesday night or Thursday, or trying to get the kids out of bed and making sure they've had breakfast before they go to school. Being a parent, it's a big job, and when you're a working parent as well, stay-at-home parents, they've got it tough, but a working parent that I am as well, and trying to do this study and also making sure that I'm trying to do everything I can as a parent and do well in my job. So, I do understand. So I just want to ask you, very quickly, like, just have a think back about your week. Like, have a look at, your week as it was. Can you picture some of those tasks you've been doing? I bet you can picture them in your mind, whether it was, one moment when you were actually, doing school drop-off, or can you picture when you were, at work and, maybe you were hanging with your colleagues, or you were trying to get the kids' lunches ready, or things like that. I bet you could actually see what you were doing. The same as, I bet you if I asked you to picture your couch, you absolutely could. You would be picturing the colour of the couch, the size of the couch, where the couch is in the lounge room maybe. If I asked you to picture your car or your mode of transport, there would be an image in your mind. You'd be picturing the colour of it, what it looks like. The image of the couch is gone now until I say the word again. The image of the car has replaced it. If I asked you to picture your kitchen, or if I just asked you about your kitchen, or if I asked you about your home, would you picture that? If I asked you about the kids' school, what image would come into your mind? Might be where you drop them off. It might be where you pick them up. What image comes into your mind regarding the school? What if I asked you to picture your dream? Can you do that? Are there images that come to mind when I ask you to picture your dream? Some of you will struggle with that. Some of you will go, I'm not watching this video. I'm now scrolling along because that's disheartening, frustrating, and I don't even want to look at it. It's too hard. Some of you may have glimpses of your dream, just little glimpses here and there of bits and pieces. But, if I ask you to picture your dream, it's not as clear as day as picturing your couch. And it's not as clear as day as picturing the car or the kids' school or your day. What if I then told you the way we live and the results we get are based on what images we hold in our mind? As human beings, we are made and created and live by the images in our mind. So you can easily picture your couch, and you can easily picture your car or your mode of transport, because that is how our brain works. That is how our mind works. That is how we see things and hold on to information we have. It's not through, when we get words, we put them together and we create an image with them. So what does that make you feel then if you can't actually picture your dreams? What does that mean if you can't picture your dreams? Do you see what I'm getting at here? If you have no image or very little clarity in what it is that you dream of, then how do you expect to get there? I was listening to a podcast on the way to work the other day, and it was a really old podcast, but it was this great motivational speaker. And I do this a lot. I love to listen to podcasts on the way to work because it motivates me for the day, and I always learn something new. And I was listening to this podcast, and this guy was just, and I will have to look up his name and put it in the comments below, but he was talking about, and he was so right, he was talking about, how so many of us go through life and we're like, I really want this to happen in my life. Like, one day I'm going to go traveling. One day I'm going to have the finances I want. One day I am going to go and do this thing I've always wanted to do. And then he stops and he says, well, when he's been talking to some people that say that to him, he stops and he says, well, why one day? What are you doing now? And it seems to be that a lot of us expect that just through time, miraculously, these changes will happen in our lives. And maybe it'll be, that just through time, we would just think, the opportunity will just appear and it'll be fine. It'll all just fall into place. It'll all just happen. And then you look 5 years back and you think, well, in 5 years, that opportunity didn't arise and that change hasn't happened yet. That's okay. It'll happen in the next 5 years, or it'll happen in 10 years time, or, I'm just waiting for it. It's going to come. It's going to come. So if you don't actually put these images in your mind of your dream and what you want, you're not actually aiming for them, and you're not doing anything to go forward to get them, then when are they ever going to happen? I mean, you could be one of these extremely lucky people that just, wins the lotto. But even that, look at that. They went out, they wanted to win the lotto. It's just a small thing. They went out, they took an action, they bought a ticket. And if you want to look at it that basically, that's the way it works, right? So you have to be doing something in order to achieve the result that you want. But you need to know what that result is. So it starts there. You need to know what your dream is, or how are you going to achieve it. And when we're human beings and we look at everything through images and we can't even see the image of our dream, if I asked you, what does your dream entail? Does it include travel? Where are you going to be? What are you going to be doing? Who are you going to be with? Can you picture any of that? What if I asked you, why do you not have it now? And this podcast, the gentleman went on to explain that, we have so many resources at our fingertips. One person just wanted to be, a chef. Well, have you ever gone and cooked anything? Well, no. Not out there in the world. I've cooked in my home kitchen. Well, why haven't you gone out there? Because I don't know how to be a chef in a kitchen. I don't know what's required. Okay, well, have you looked into it? No. And we've got all these books that teach us how to do things. We've got all these resources. I mean, we live in the world of the World Wide Web. Google and everything else is at our fingertips, but are we actually doing anything to take those steps to get to where we want to go? And a lot of you will say no, because a lot of you will be like the week I just had, and things are crazy and you're doing everything, and especially as a parent, and you're running around like a headless chook, and before you know it, the week is gone and past. Now, luckily for me, I do have a dream and I do have a vision, and I do make sure that I'm committed to that and I put time in. So we've talked about, the fact that if you don't have a dream and you don't have a vision, then where are you headed? And you have resources at your fingertips, but you need to know where you're going. So you need to have that vision. So here's the good news though. The good news is that you can create these images in your mind and they can stay there. And what goes in your mind, especially when you are creating it, creates feeling throughout your body, which then turns into the actions you want to take, which then results in the results that you're looking for. Now, it's not an overnight thing. You can't just put an image in your mind overnight. It does take a lot of repetition. It takes commitment from you to do that. But it can be done. And if, no matter where you are in life right now, with young kids, with older kids, with no kids, it doesn't matter. Wherever you are in life right now, if you want to achieve your dream, you first have to have one. Then you have to do the steps to get yourself there. And that takes a little bit or a lot of belief that you can, even if you don't really understand it. You need to have an open mind to think, okay, the science says, life that we live as human beings, everything is in pictures in our minds. I have no picture of my dream. I need to create some pictures of my dream in my mind. Even if you just start there, that is so simple. If you don't have a picture of your dream, how will it ever come to fruition? Now, I don't think that's a hard concept to grasp. So that's why there are so many people out there now who are working this out, that they can't just sit back every single day, every single week in our busy lives and not make a commitment and not put time in to actually physically do the work to achieve their dreams. You have to do it. It's not going to just come to you. It's not just going to land in your lap. And you read the autobiographies, the biographies of these, really successful people, and they all say it. I had a vision. I had a vision, and I did the work to achieve that vision. So we have the answer, but we're still sitting waiting for it to land in our lap. We have the answers, but people aren't listening to those people, those successful people. And there's a reason for that as well. And we'll get into that another time, but that's a paradigm. That's something you've been taught, that this is your body, yourself, your mind tells you this is not for you, that was for them. That's okay for them, but that'll never work for me. Or, yeah, that's okay for them, they're successful. But they weren't to begin with. They were, in a life doing the day-to-day hard stuff that we do right now. The difference is that they made a choice. They set themselves a goal, a vision, a dream. They did the work. They did the repetition. They created the picture in their mind. They focused on it. They did what was required of them. They sought help. Read their stories. They sought help to get what they needed in order to get the results they wanted. Now, if you don't want to go another 10 years waiting for that opportunity to fall in your lap, waiting for that dream to just suddenly appear and all of a sudden everything you ever dreamt of is there, then do the work. Do what needs to be done. I can show you how. So I'm really, really lucky to be able to offer the Dream Builder program. It's a 12-week program. I did not create this program. This program has been running for a long time now. It's helped tens of thousands of people. It's through the Brave Thinking Institute. Mary Morrissey is the founder and creator of the Dream Builder program. Mary Morrissey has, been studying and working and doing this kind of work for over 4 decades. So she's got proven, she's worked with so many people that she's proven that it works. I have been doing it. I know it works. And I can show you how to do it. If you are sick of just sitting there and waiting, having your busy weeks and not putting the time and effort in and just waiting for your dreams to just turn up, and you want to be looking back in 2-3 years time and going, I did it, I put that effort in and here I am, then let's do this Dream Builder course together. I can teach you how to do it. I can teach you the steps, but you've got to be committed. You've got to be wanting it. So let's create your vision together. Let's sit down and really work through what it is you truly, truly want, what it is that gets you excited inside and makes you come alive. And we'll go through the steps and I'll show you how to create this vision, and I'll show you every step along the way to then work towards it and get the results you want. If you're interested and you don't want to wait any longer, then private message me, or you can email me. I think I've got the details in there at kfox.faith@gmail.com. Let's do this together, because I promise you, you can keep these busy weeks happening, and you can wait for this opportunity to come. But what you don't want to be doing is looking back in a year's time, 2 years' time, 5 years' time, and going, I'm still waiting. It just never happened. Because the only reason it doesn't happen is because you don't do anything to make it happen. And that sounds harsh, but it's 100% real. You need to take control of what you want and do the work to get there. And it's about your dreams. Like, do you really want to let them go? I certainly do not. I never wanted to live this life and not live out my dream. So if you want to work with me, I would love to work with you. I'd love to show you how to do this. Like I said, Mary Morrissey, look her up. She runs the Brave Thinking Institute. I am delivering one of her courses. It's a 12-week course. I'd love to work with you. So yeah, send me a PM or you can email me. Other than that, look, enjoy your families. Enjoy the weekend, school holidays. They've got to be cut. Stay safe. And if I don't see you beforehand, I'm sure I'll see you on another video next week. All right. Thanks very much. Have a great Saturday. Bye.